do his own, or that they're concerned because about his feet getting circulation.
Right.
He'll go where they're going now and get his toes done. So I don't know who does it for me. Kaiser now.
So they don't go all the way to Kaiser.
Oh, well, now he does. But I mean, just the guys over here.
Oh.
Or the place where like Carlos.
Is that where the appointment is, where they go to?
Where they went is probably Midtown. No, where they go is not. I have to find out exactly where it is. But no, where they go is not Kaiser. Because Kaiser doesn't do anything. There are no podiatrists at Kaiser. Isn't that weird?
Well, I guess it's not really. If there's a foot specialist, that's probably where they have to go, to a foot specialist.
But I'm just surprised that they don't have that at Kaiser.
Yeah, at our hospital. Well, when I went to Swedish for colonoscopy, and I had to go because I stepped on a piece of cat litter or a crystal, and it went into my foot, and it just caused some discomfort. I was limping, and my doctor sent me to a podiatrist's office. With all the hospitals around where I work, there's not one that has a podiatrist in the hospital. It's like always private practice. It's always like you go to an office for that. The chiropractor, there's no chiropractor in a hospital.
Which chiropractor, I kind of understand because it's a little bit different.
That's okay.
Doing chiropractor is a little bit different. What they do is valid, but it's a little bit different. I just don't understand that.
With my knee, I have to go to an orthopedic for that. I have to go to another, with all the hospitals, I go to an orthopedic knee person for my knee.
Okay, so now they do have that.
They do have an orthopedic surgeon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I was told you guys sure make a lot of noise.
Oh.
I'm going. The line was kind of. She did. She announced me. She did.
You heard all the noise you came across, huh?
I know your mom called and I go, whoa, that's a big party over there.
Yeah, you feel here.
Hi, I'm nice to meet you. I'm Dee.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Very well.
Thank you for helping my parent.
It's what is it?
It means
I love
a lot.
him.
Because I'm up there.
My
and
family.
I don't get down here very often.
Something CBS.
Because I haven't seen her since I was here last, and she didn't look like that. So it's very dramatic for me to come down here and still process everything,
Yeah.
Is it the
They didn't
5
tell me.
GPA or
Yeah,
just
so you're having a party here, huh? A gathering?
Rocky Hill Park?
Yeah,
I love
well, yeah, goodness,
Thank you so my family.
Thank you.
They're my guinea
Glad
pigs
you're
for
across the
food.
street.
yeah, oh
Thank
my
you. No,
gosh.
Try this. Tell me what you like and what you don't like. Okay, you put too much of this in. They're very good.
Well, as long as there's no pepper in it, Mom will like it.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
She,
that's the only thing she doesn't do is pepper.
What are you doing over on this
Well,
side?
actually, I'm over here just kind of getting some email done
Look at
and
that.
typing little.
I can't believe how big he's
I know,
gotten.
can
How
you
are
believe it?
And you, my gosh. Oh my
Can you
gosh.
believe it? Yeah, because I think probably the last time you saw him, he wasn't even walking or anything.
No, he was.
Yeah, he
No,
was,
he was
yeah.
little.
He was
We
scooching
were trying to
with
get
his
him to
head.
crawl, I think.
And you've gotten a lot taller. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is she?
7. So we're doing second grade this year.
Are you?
Oh, we're having so much fun.
With
She's doing
second
so
grade?
good. Yeah, so she's doing second grade. So, and I've kind of carved out a little niche as a consultant for other people.
For other people.
Yes, I was this morning. My neighbor Betty Hall, Mrs. Hall, she comes. Well, she was pushing a grandbaby in the stroller, and so we just went over just to see him because we hadn't seen him for a while. And let me move this
I'm not sitting.
So
Good.
we went over and just to say hi to the baby. Well, she had come to my house one day. I think it was 2 weeks ago. She came over, and actually it was a Monday too. So I think maybe Monday's the day she has a baby. Anyway, she came over Monday and she had the baby with her because she wanted me to see the baby. So I came.
Was your first time watching?
She was there when I got back from her piano lesson. So we walked in the door. She's sitting on the couch, and so we're just kind of chatting while I got the baby. And then she started. She was asking me about how he was doing school and everything. So I was talking to her about her. Yeah. That's Dominic. Open the cover. Yeah.
Okay.
So then she says. So I said, oh yes, she says, oh, don't you know what's supposed to she's going to I said,
I need a piece of
she's
scratch
learning
paper.
cursive this year.
Yeah.
And she says, wow, she is. I said, yeah. So I showed her a little paper that she did her first one. She's still dropping. So she said, that's really good. That was better than some older kids. And then she said, I said, oh yeah, you know, she's doing really good. I said, she reads like nobody's business. I said, she reads
She knows that I'm taking.
everything. I
Rosie.
said, and then she does these story things. So she's got these little, you know, those little composition notebooks. So she has those. Rosie, stop. She has those, and she writes stories in them. She just makes up stories, and she draws her pictures to go with the story. And she does really good. So not only does she write the stories, the spelling is right, the grammar is right, punctuation is right, you know, all this stuff, and she does it on her own. And then she'll even like draw pictures and tell like picture stories, where she'll do part and then she'll also add to part. So then we got to talking, and so then she says, so I said, yeah, so something else about her reading. I said, oh yeah, she's reading, that's her book, she's over there, she's reading, you know, just for fun. And it was one of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books over there.
You're right.
So she had that, and so she's looking at this. She says, wow. Because her other granddaughter, they're the same age. They're in the same grade. She says, she can't do any of this.
He's here.
And so I said, really? And so she says, yeah, she's not doing this. And so then I said, well, you know, they've changed what they're doing. They've gone to this core thing, and I think it's horrible. And I said, and I think that in time, they're going to be sorry, and they're 5 years from now, they're going to decide that didn't work, and they're going to go back and do something different. And so then I said, you know, I says, yeah, I said, she says, well, where's that other little girl you were teaching? Because last year, her friend, well, before, I think I told you I was teaching her, she reads like nobody's business. So she's doing kindergarten this year. They put her in public school. And so I said, you know, if you're going to put her in school, I would encourage you to put her in private school. And I said, but if you put her in public school and just keep her busy, she'll have fun. It'll be a fun experience. This is what, just keep her moving. And so then, so that was the first week of class, and I was telling them, I asked her, you know, how she liked school and how she was doing. She says, well, we go to this meeting before school starts, and they tell us, well, we have this list of 35 words and 35 sight words. We want the kindergartners to know by the end of the year. I started laughing. I said, first of all, there aren't 35 sight words for kindergarten. I said, that's first. I said, I don't even have to see the list. And I know what's on there is not a sight word. I said, so if they're calling it a sight word, it's a word you can sound out and read, but they have no idea how to teach it. I said, so that's first of all. I said, and second, I don't care what they give her. She's going to read whatever they give her. So then a few days later, they sent me this picture of this paper with a list of words. It had 100 words on it. And they says, well, you know, they called her up and they had all the kids come up to see what they could read or whatever. And this was like the second week of school, which school started in the middle of the week. Second week of school, so she's been in school like less than 5 days. So they give her this paper, it had 100 words on it. And out of the list of 100 words, she read all but 2. And I said, I'm not surprised. I said, and more than likely, whatever those 2 words she didn't read, I said, there are probably rules I didn't get to. So I said, now I'm not doing kindergarten with her, I'm doing pre-K with her. And she will learn to read, and she will learn phonics rules. So they were all sending me these notes. Thank you so much for all you did. Thank you so much. You are just the best teacher. So then last week, Mercedes called me. So Mercedes is the grandmother. She's in Virginia with her other daughter that just had a baby. And her and her husband, she's got a stepdaughter. Same age as Rose, same grade as Rose. She calls me all upset about the core curriculum in Virginia. I said, well, it's a national thing. This is what they're doing now. And she says, I'm looking at this, and she says, first of all, she says, I told the teacher I'm coming here once a week, and I'm gonna come in, and I'm gonna help. She says, mostly I want to see what they're doing, how they're doing, so I can show her how they want to do things like their way. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. I said, and then what you do is, you show her that way, and then you show her the other way too. That's what you do. I said, you can do it. I said, you know, and then just let her know. You know, the good thing about math is there's always more than one way to do anything. And you want her to know as many ways as she can to solve a problem. That's what I would do. And I said, you know, I wouldn't just go for the math class. I'd go for everything else they're doing in there, see where they're doing and see where the gaps are, and see what you need to do to help her. I said, because I'm telling you right now that, she says, and then, she says, they're not, she says, did you know they're not teaching cursive anymore? I says, yeah, I knew that. I said, they've decided that
my husband is, he goes, we're going to be illiterate.
I know.
So upset about it.
It's ridiculous. I said, the thing is that they don't do it because they don't have time, and they're calling it's ancient writing. And that's the excuse for not
Yes,
teaching.
it's like calligraphy.
Yeah, and I said, but the thing is, if you can't write cursive, you can't read cursive.
Correct.
I said, and all of our historical documents are written in cursive. There's something wrong if you're not going to be able to read the Declaration of Independence, read the Constitution the way it was written. I got a problem with that. So I told her, I said, so what you're going to end up doing is you're going to let them do what they do, but you're going to be teaching her at home. So I talked to her for 2 hours over the phone. And, just made suggestions of what to do and how to help her. And she says, I just don't want her behind. I don't want her behind. I says, you will be, as long as you understand. They're going to do what they do, but you're going to be a teacher. So then today, Betty came over.
You have to do it in a way where they don't think you're their teacher.
Yeah.
Because they don't like that.
I was telling Rachel all the stuff that Rosie's doing, and I was talking to her, and she is just so upset. And she had told me, she says, do you know they want all the kids in school to have an iPad? I said, I'm not surprised. I said, because what they're doing is they're changing the testing system, and they're planning that all the testing will be computerized. How stupid is that?
Oh my goodness.
And she says, well, what about kids that can't afford one? And isn't that a problem? I said, isn't that a problem? What do you think? They're going to be left behind. So I told her, she says, well, I called Rachel. Oh, and I was telling her all the stuff Rosie's doing. And she asked me that she's going to be coming up here in a week or two because they live in the Bay Area. She's coming up here in a week or two, and she wants to know, can you give her some time, a couple hours to sit down with her and help her and give her some suggestions of things to do with Addie? I said, oh, absolutely. I said, she said she wants to know, when's a good day? I said, well, Monday is the bad day. I said, because I do too much on Monday. I said, so Monday doesn't work. Any other day of the week is fine. I said, just let me know ahead of time. I'll pull things out. She says, and she says, and we've got a great copy machine. Anything you give her, we can make copies. I said, okay. I said, we can work it out, but absolutely I'll help her. Well, I've had, and then, then I told you about the lady in the science class. He said, didn't you teach Livy? That I didn't recognize at first, and she says, I know you. I talked to her, and she told me who she was. And so I hugged her, and so she says, you taught Livy? Did you still teaching? I said, no, I'm just teaching homeschool Rose. She says, well, you taught Livy, didn't you? I says, yeah, I did last year for pre-K. She says, well, her little boy, cute as a bug, is in kindergarten this year. She's homeschooling. She says, well, he's in kindergarten, and I sure could use help teaching him to read. And she says, and I just, we really don't know what we're doing, and, we're trying. And I said, well, what are you using? What curriculum are you using? So she says, well, his ST brought me this McGuffey, something I didn't put that away. So I told her, I said, you know what, I tell you what, I have all of Rosie's kindergarten curriculum. I said, I will loan it to you. If you come over, I said, if you come over, I will loan it to you. I'll show you how to use it. And I said, I won't just leave you to fly by the seat of your pants. We can get together. I'll help you get through it.
What curriculum did you choose? Because there's a variety for homeschool.
Oh, I used Abeka.
Okay.
And I used Abeka because it is solid. It is rock solid.
Is that ABEC?
It's ABEKA. So if you just Google Abeka,
yeah, and
you can pull up their website, you can look at all their curriculum. Like this is some of the stuff.
But is that what you did with pre-K?
I did that with pre-K too. I use their curriculum. I have her write out her Bible verse every week that she's memorizing for PSS. But she's not, so this is one of her math papers she's doing today. That's an example.
And she's in kinder this year.
She's in second grade.
Second grade.
So she does a time math test every day. And so this is some of the stuff she's doing.
Yeah.
And then this is, she does spelling every week.
But this isn't it for, this is a background.
Yeah, this is a background. Oh yeah, oh heck no. I didn't even look this good.
Okay.
Yeah, her teacher asked me the first year, she said, you mind me asking what, this curriculum is beautiful. It's all, because everything's full color. You mind me asking, what do you pay for this? I said, it was a little pricey, but you know what? It's her education and it's worth it. So, I just said, and I told her, I said, because I'm organized, I tell you, because I told people, if you're going to be homeschooling your kids, I'll help you go buy a lesson plan book. I'll show you how to write out lesson plans. I'll show you how to plan your week. I said, you shouldn't have to take more than 3 hours a day. You can get it all done 3 hours a day. And so, you know, I just told her, so I offered, I said, if you come to my house, you call me